Giggity, and we are back. Listen, man, the NAACP done stepped off in the chat. They feel like it is worth looking after Nolan now after so long. I don't know what that's about, but we shall see. I'm Jay Lava. I scour the internet so that you don't have to, and I brought some different interviews from around the way. We got Chris Cuomo talking crazy. We got Teslin doing her thing as well. And then I got the NAACP to start out with. So let's check out the NAACP first and see what's going on there.
The NAACP is joining the legal team representing the family of Nolan Wells. Wells is the 18-year-old who was found dead along the Mississippi Gulf Coast just last month. He traveled by boat with friends to an island, but he didn't return with the group. This actually happened on July 4th.
Foxy.
The search groups found Wells' body 2 days later, and the investigation into his death continues. Joining us right now is Kristen Clark. She's the general counsel for the NAACP. Kristen, thank you so much for your time. So I'm curious what prompted your team to join this investigation.
Yeah, what a tragedy. Nolan Wells should be alive today and with his family celebrating his 19th birthday, which would have been tomorrow. The NAACP is our nation's oldest and largest civil rights organization, and we're proud to stand with this grieving family and stand with Ben Trump in the search for truth and transparency. This family that has been suffering deserves to understand what happened and why their son is not alive today. We're bringing our expertise, our resources, and our full might to help answer the question of what happened to Nolan Wells.
And so, again, we talk about your team joining this investigation. Can you also tell us more about what you'll be doing regarding this Wells case? What exactly are you guys going to be looking into?
We're really focused on the investigation. We're really focused on uncovering witnesses who have information. We're focused on uncovering the facts. Our goal here in bringing our resources to bear is to make sure that we leave no stone unturned. We can't afford to simply sit on our hands and wait for the results of a local investigation that has been incredibly opaque to date. This family is still grieving, and this family, like so many others, deserves nothing short of the truth and full transparency and understanding why their son is not with us today.
And what is it about this case, the Nolan Wells case, that sparks your attention and caused you all to say, okay, this is the case we want to take part in and join in with the investigation?
You know, Black Lives Matter. It's as simple as that. And too often in our country, we see young Black people who are found hanging from trees, who die, who have lost their lives. And we don't see government doing enough. We don't see prosecutors doing enough to unearth the truth. And the NAACP in this moment is committed to making sure that these are names that are not simply swept into the dust bins of history. We will fight for truth and fight for justice and accountability where wanted, but we want to make sure that this family knows that we're with them. Every single day, Nolan's mother wakes up with one question: why is my son not here? And we're committed to standing shoulder to shoulder with Ben Crump and the full legal team to make sure that we're bringing all of our investigative resources to bear and the full might of our organization in the quest for truth.
And Kristen, I think it's important to say that a big part for you all is getting people or someone out there who knows something to come forward, right? So is there anything you'd like to tell our viewers, anything you'd like to say to someone out there who's watching this and maybe has some answers?
Yeah, contact our tip line, contact the NAACP, contact the Ben Crump law firm if you have information. This family deserves to know the truth about what happened and why their son did not return from this trip. And all across the country, we need to be doing a better job at making sure that we are fully investigating these unusual deaths of Black people, and that where appropriate, we're seeking justice and accountability.
Okay, Kristen Clark,
I
thank
agree.
you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, it's official. The NAACP that stepped in the chat. I I always got a side eye though, especially when it comes around, election season and that kind of thing. You just kind of question people's motives. And speaking of questioning people's motives, I mean, we all know about Chris Cuomo, but why does Chris Cuomo keep going to get Officer Race Batum Tatum to speak on behalf of this stuff? Now, Chris Cuomo is also the one who said that he had inside information that it was a drowning. Well, if that was so, Mr. Cuomo, why they ain't came out with it? But check this exchange between him and the Buster.
Nolan Wells' friends had something to do with his death. Intentional, unintentional. What do you think? And on what basis, more importantly? There is new information. There is new understanding of what may be coming out. But we already know so much that has to be processed, specifically the timeline, specifically the true nature of the interactions or lack thereof between the family and the friend group. Now there's word that the friend group is raising money for what? Why? Why did the family respond to Nolan's alleged or believed, assumed friends the way they did? Brandon Tatum is a lightning rod. Why? Black guy who talks conservative politics, Black guy who supports the president, Black guy who is not open to the idea that in Nolan Wells, it's got to be about race. Went to Mississippi, had interviews that definitely shed light on who we're dealing with here and what's going on.
Exactly.
So I asked Brandon Tatum to come back to talk about the response to what he learned, what he now knows that he can share with us, and what he believes the state of play is with what is resonating on the story of Nolan Wells. And there's one thing that we agree on right off the top. Nolan Wells was a great young man.
Exactly.
And he was a tremendous loss, obviously, to his family, but also to his friends and to his community. And we often get distracted by how someone dies, and we forget how they lived. Even at the young age of 20, this kid made some impact on so many people, and for the right reasons. So what does Brandon Tatum know? What does he agree with? What does he disagree with? And why? Let's get after it. Brandon Tatum, thank you for joining us again.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me back.
How has the reporting that you did in Mississippi and the interviews that you did, how has it been received?
It depends on what group of people you're referring to. I think that for rational people that, in my opinion, want to know the truth and they're open-minded, I think it was received very well. They got access to information that wasn't privy to the public. Obviously, law enforcement has this information already, but information that people who are interested in finding the truth wanted to hear from these young boys and their account, and they can make their decision from there. It was received very well. People are thankful, very thankful that I took the time to interview these young boys, and they got a little more clarity. When it comes to majority Black community, some of the celebrities, D.L. Hughley and others, they absolutely hate me. They think I'm Satan, and they think that I hate my mama, who's Black, just because I decided to interview people who asked me to interview them. And
I can't help but think that somebody sent him my devil depiction on Facebook of him. I'm sure somebody sent him my devil depiction on Facebook. Shout out to me. He has acknowledged the devil that I made him, and I'm glad. But he takes every opportunity to try to poop on Black people. I can't wait till he get what he's supposed to get.
Know how people have conflated what I have done in this interview or in this process, but they have, and this is not abnormal. Right. When you are Black in America and you don't toe the line of where quote unquote the black community wants you to, then you're deemed an Uncle Tom coon sellout. You somehow hate your people, and you somehow working for the white man, which is furthest from the truth, man. I love everybody. I don't care nothing about race. It's pointless to think about race. I
Hold on real quick, y'all. Naacp. So you said you used to love watching Tatum, but now you can't stand him because he said something about Gaza and Arabs. But all the other stuff that he said about black people was cool, right? I don't think that came out how you thought it did, fam.
treat people based on their character, based on their integrity, based on what they present to me, and that's the end of the story.
Why do you think members of the black, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Celebrity community, whatever it is, black people whose names we know, why do you think that they come at you that way? You think it's about your politics, or do you think that they are worried about something that you're not showing enough concern about in their estimation?
No, a lot of these people are ignorant. They're brainwashed and emotional. None of them are addressing actual things that I said and actual processes that I went through to interview. They do not care about the truth, or many of them would have interviewed me and just asked me what happened and what did I do.
Tay, can't nobody interview you. You's a biatch. You say and do the most cooning and buffooning, and you're not even logical, bro. Can't nobody interview you. Can't nobody interview you with a nut in each side of your jaws like a damn squirrel. Can't nobody interview you. Get them white balls out your jaws first.
None of them, even those who claim to be journalists, did not give an opportunity to the other side for the other side to have a voice. They did not. And the reason why is because they're white. And a lot of them actually hate white people. And they act like they don't. Listen to their rhetoric. Listen to the things that they've said in the past. They hate white people internally. And so when a topic comes up like,
do you hear this, nigga? But this is my thing, though. This is when you step up out of what he's saying. He's saying black people hate white people, and I'm here to save you, white people, from the nasty black people that hate you. I won't let the black people hate you, white people. I got your back, white people. Like, he is so garbage. What up, Trina? This dude, man, is terrible. You know what? Those black people hate you, but I'm going to get them every chance I get because I won't let them talk about you, okay, white person? This dude, man, he's psychotic.
This, and there's an opportunity to paint white people with a broad brush, they take advantage of it. And
just like, hold up. Oh, see, look, now it's telling what he said. Wait a minute, let me bring that back. Listen to what he said, because I've been telling y'all this whole time about all of this thing. That's their main concern. And him being L Bootlick #1, you know he gonna voice what them folks is worried about. Listen to him.
Broad brush, they take advantage of it. White people internally. And so when a topic comes up like this and there's an opportunity to paint white people with a broad brush, they take advantage of it.
See? That's why they can't stay out the comment section, y'all. That's why it's a full court press on anybody, because the conversations have been going around of people talking about teaching their kids about being the only one in white spaces, teaching their kids about these cops obviously doing what they doing out here and getting people circumference, because who else is people just surrendering to and don't know what happened from? Come on, the cat's out the bag. All of these conversations is exposure, and they don't like that. All of these conversations is promoting brainstorming, and we all coming together and all naming situations when we could have or could not have gotten got. And they like that. Well, you can't be looking at it. Oh, everybody like that. Tatum is here to say it for him. He's such a bust.
And they act like they don't. Listen to their rhetoric. Listen to the things that they've said in the past. They hate white people internally. And so when a topic comes up like this and there's an opportunity to paint white people with a broad brush, they take advantage of it. And I've seen it over the years. I've seen it growing up. I used to hate white people when I was growing up.
So listen to what he keeps saying. He keeps saying this on that's his second time saying that on a platform. And he's speaking for them, and it's all projection. So basically what he's saying is that the people that he's talking for, they hate white people, black people to the core, right? Because take everything he's saying and say it in reverse, because it's all projection, and he is trying to speak up for the group that he's placating to. So listen to what he's saying and listen to what, and then here you go. I used to hate white people, but not no more. I love white people.
That's just a part of the culture. And
that's not a part of the culture. I don't hate nobody. I don't want nobody messing with me in these streets, but I don't hate nobody. It's a lot of people that I really, really dislike, but hate make you shrivel up like a prune. And that's just something black people don't got. That's why we look so good. Because we don't hate. That's why you will see somebody 25 and they look like they going on 49 because all that hate inside. We don't do that. Brand, I just want y'all to hear this, man. You know, we hear the interviews when they talking specifically about this, that, and the other, but you got these niggas out here right there, like this guy right here, taking every opportunity to just lay down and be a mat. If he could roll up and be tissue in a white bathroom, he would do it just to get the rub across they booty. That's what he would do. No, Philip, it sounds like hate to you because you're uncomfortable with the message. And that ain't nothing I got. That's not my problem. That's your problem. So I would expect you to call it hate there, Philip. And Philip, you better watch it, bro. You don't know me like that. I will get you, Phil. What you need to do, Phil, is just kind of listen. Calm down, Phil. I'm feeling super petty today. Better chill out and listen to this interview, Phil.
And unfortunately, it rears its ugly head as soon as one of these incidents happen. And you've seen it time and time again. Go look at the comment section. How does young men who we don't really have any evidence that committed a crime, how do they get painted as criminals? How do they get?
Because of you. Listen, okay, boom. Hey, listen. I'm going to give Cuz the benefit of the doubt. If anything, I would say it's more the law enforcement and the administration that is making all the foul play from the get-go. The boys is being painted in that light because according to them trying to convince us that they're his friend and they love Nolan. That my friend, and I love Nolan. He was a great guy. He was the peacemaker. He used to dooka taka. If it's all about that, then they lose based off that. Just you are suspect based off how much of a friend that you try to portray, but you're not. That's how they lose. That's how they lose. I can't stand Cuz either, but see, I be playing this because y'all wonder how injustices happen. And you wonder how, you know what I'm saying, stuff is how it is. They pay dudes like this guy to say all the stuff that they want to say. He ain't doing nothing but parroting what his handlers is telling him to parrot. Let's not forget that he is a part of I guess African American relations for Turning Point USA. Oh yeah, then he's gonna browbeat you with the Bible. Oh, he's finna come, because right after he tell you that he used to hate white people, he gonna say that he found Jesus Christ and he changed all that. And that's to say, and he's contradictory too. So you saying you the only one that got Jesus and now don't hate white people, when black people is the most God-fearing Jesus people in the world, and somehow they hate black people? He don't even make sense. He does not make sense. He's very contradictory. He finna sit up here and tell you that he used to hate white people. He got to the word of Jesus Christ, and now he ain't like that. But all the black people that's supposed to be quote unquote in their culture, they somehow hate white people, but they follow the same Jesus as you. What got mixed there? What got twisted there? If anything, I would contend to you, it's a lot of people that take the Jesus Christ and look past the stuff for white people, which is a lot of the problem. Like what he doing. He's one of them dudes. But there's more.
Painted as being responsible for the death of a person that was considered their friend. If the roles were reversed, this would be maddening.
You know what it's like to confront racism. You know it on many different levels, right? You know it as a black man, you know it as a black athlete, you know it as a black cop, you know it as a black political advocate. You know it on a lot of levels.
I'm not so sure of that. And if he does know, he don't act like it. Y'all, yeah, you see, y'all don't know Tatum like I know Tatum. Tatum, I've been looking for this video for a couple days where the black came out and Tatum, like he was a full-blown Negro when he was talking to this black dude on this podcast, but this is all an act. This is an act. I wish I could find that, man. I wish I could find how he was acting on this podcast, bro. This dude, he must have snapped out. He wasn't acting like he acting right now. He be acting just like what he be talking about. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this over with, because I can't listen to him for that long.
When you met these people, their families, what did that special, or if unfortunate, radar that you have built into you? What was your read on these people and the vibe in this community vis-a-vis Nolan Wells?
It was incredible. They were normal people. They seemed like great families. They seemed like they raised their children right. And the interesting thing, they had nothing but great things to say about Nolan. They all were very thankful for Nolan. They were all saddened. Even some of the parents cried when we were talking about Nolan. They were very distraught that Nolan had passed away. And, you know, they all seemed like, if you go to that side that I went and talked to the people on that side, they all seemed to love Nolan. This was a loss for everybody. And there was no racial animus. They all have black friends and everybody get along. Everybody that I talk to is like, no, the race is not a thing here. We all love everybody. Horn Island is full of a diverse group of people. We have a diverse friend group. All of these things is what is said on this side. Very welcoming. And I do not think that's the case on the other side.
This guy is such a raccoon.
Why do there have to be sides, and how do you define the other side?
Well, I don't think there should be sides, but these groups have, and I would argue that Nolan's parents and Benjamin Crump have taken a side. I said this on my live stream yesterday. I said this should have been a community effort. When your son goes missing, when Nolan's loss is a loss for everybody. It's a loss for his parents, his siblings, his family, his friends, his coach, his football team, the community at large. Everybody lost Nolan.
But don't nobody know nothing. See, that's what I'm saying. Get out of here. Stop with the hype up of we know Nolan was great. We know he didn't have no record or nothing for y'all to try to demonize his past to make him look responsible for his murder. We passed all that. If Nolan was all that, why don't nobody know nothing about Nolan? Why is 2 months later and don't nobody know nothing? Just stop it. I'm sick of the bull. This guy, he got all the answers.
The effort that I think should have been brought forward is that everybody should come together to find out what happened to Nolan. These parents should.
What? What is he talking about? What are we doing right now, B? These parents should get with these parents. How you gonna ask the parents what happened if they just had asked the parents and now see, listen to what he's saying. What he's saying is that they shouldn't have looked for additional counseling and additional helping and finding out the answers to their son. They should have just accepted the local narrative and let the local narrative tell them that it was an accident and your son drowned. That's what was supposed to happen. See, if you listen to Tatum, he's saying exactly what these little goofy doofus dweebs is saying in the chat right now. He drowned. He just drowned. See, you hear what I'm saying? That's why I let them stay here so y'all can see. You see how it's relevant? They saying the same thing. Tatum is talking for them. He ain't got his. And while we talking about dweebs, let me show y'all the kind of niggas in the chat. I would let these people in the chat say whatever they want because this is the kind of guy that you're dealing with in the chat, okay?
Black guy, I lose 100% interest in her. Now, this might sound racist, but it's not racist.
This is it.
When a girl dates a black guy, I lose 100% interest in her.
What? What you say?
When a girl dates a black guy, I lose 100% interest in her. Now, this might sound racist, but it's not racist.
It is.
It's not racist because you can tell, bro. Like, let's not fucking kid ourselves. Let's not play the race card and say, like, oh, you're just because of this. Not because of that. If somebody genuinely likes somebody because they're black, cool. Or somebody likes interracial, whatever. It's fine. But let's not kid ourselves. You can tell when somebody's dating someone else because of their attributes, because of their performance capabilities and stuff like that.
Sir, just say you got a little dick. Like you don't went around in this big ass circle just to come back to that one conclusion. Just say you dingling little. Just say you hung like a baby carrot in the frozen vegetable section. That's all you gotta say. You ain't gotta say nothing else. You sit up here going all around telling women ain't got nothing to do with this. Women ain't got nothing to do with your insecurity. Unless you jealous that you can't procure you know what I'm saying? No BBC dingling. And I'm not talking about the British Broadcasting Channel. Is that what it is? You want 35 miles of dingling to just run an expressway through your Bucci cat. That's what it is. The call is coming from inside the drawers. Y'all really got to start reviewing the videos before y'all press send. Because I think some of y'all is just on here just saying what you got to say and then pressing send without even looking at the video. Watch the stuff. Sit in it. Marinate in it. Because then you'll see how crazy you sound. Did y'all want something from the stove?
These is the dudes that y'all over there in the chat arguing with. I would not even argue with them busters. The only way they should be acknowledged is if they paying for a super chat and I gotta read it and then y'all get them. Otherwise, I wouldn't even listen or even entertain any of these guys in the chat. Wouldn't even do it. I don't. Type away. Type whatever you want to type. You're goofy anyway. You gotta be goofy over here in our chat. It's you know what? It's time. It's prime time. Get some buns time. Now, if you ain't somebody over here trying to get some knowledge, trying to get your update, because this, that, and the third, what is your reason over here? Your reason over here is to look at the blacks. I'm gonna say something to the blacks. Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. I like you around though, because I don't. Without y'all around, I wouldn't have nobody to bully up on. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't. Y'all know y'all an intricate part of this show. Oh yeah, I gotta show love to the dweebs. Like we done named y'all and everything. It's kind of like a symbiotic relationship, You know what I'm saying? Y'all say dweeb stuff. I get to jump in and out the comment section sometime and play with you, you know what I'm saying, and hit you around. I don't even want to listen to your boy no more because y'all done got emboldened by me playing this Buster. Forget him. We know he. I just wanted to see. I kind of wanted y'all to see how they be talking when we ain't around, right? Like he's still gonna be cooning. But you know what? It's time we got a real message. I'm not even addressing y'all no more. This was for my people. I need y'all to go now. My people, y'all need to listen up. You need to listen up.
Okay, community. Y'all gonna have to get active.
What?
Y'all gonna have to talk to them YNs.
Yeah. I'll agree with
They
YNs.
need to be on duty. Okay? These racist crackers are lynching nonstop since Nolan Wells' death. I just want you to know it's only gonna get 10 times worse because their system is being exposed. Systemic racism, these systematic maniacs.
Mm-hmm.
They're being exposed worldwide.
Yeah.
We pretty much are well aware that it's police.
Mm-hmm.
It starts there and it goes to the highest office in this United States. These are all criminals.
Right.
You're not. They're all criminals.
Come on now.
So the criminals are upset because we're all talking. We're all telling the stories of other people that the criminals have taken out. They're not putting any of these lynchings on mainstream media because that is also part of the system.
Yep.
So you're not going to hear from mainstream media about the lynchings that are happening right now. It's been several women since Nolan Wells' death. It's getting ready to go down. They think they're going to go on a little frenzy here. So you need to keep your kids close. You need to alert the entire community.
Yeah.
Those who don't fool with social media, you need to be talking to them.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to waste time with that.
Right.
Because then you're going to come on here with your story about what happened to your family member. And you're going to want us to all group around you.
Yeah.
When you need to participate in every way that you can. I got so many people telling me, how can I help? What can I do? You can alert the people in our community. Y'all need to round in them YNs. Some of y'all got great relationships. Go walk right out there, let them know. Because that's what they're getting ready to do. Start this lynching insanely. Be prepared.
Come on now.
The veil is off.
It is.
The creatures are going to crawl.
Come on.
They're getting ready to get active. So we got to be active. We got to be prepared. Because that's what they're doing. Nobody wants to talk about that out loud, but that is exactly what they're doing. They're going to go after the vulnerable. Those of you who get off work and walk alone. Those of you who let your kids go play out in the yard. Your children probably would never leave the yard, but if a police officer says, hey, sweetheart, come here for a minute, your child will leave the yard. Time for real conversations, community.
Yep.
Because this shit is real.
It is.
And the more that this veil is lifted, the more that we speak out, the more they're going to lynch people and catch people vulnerable. They got flock cameras all over the world, right? Not catching the crackers, though.
Nope.
And he who deems it a suicide is complicit. I will not stop saying that because that is in fact a fact.
Come on now. Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. While we still on like look, I snatched this just for us, just for an inside joke. While we on before I get off of Brandon Tatum's ass. Look at this, y'all. I thought this was pretty dope.
Toby be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand. You can stay here.
Ah, Toby stay. Toby stay.
Thanks for the drill. Cypher.
Got him. Toby be good boy for master. Don't send Toby away. Toby be good field hand, master.
That's all right, Toby. That's all right. You be a good field hand. You can.
That's your boy. This is your boy Tatum in a nutshell. This is it. I just grabbed that for us. I just, because two could play that game. I grabbed this for us. Because I can't stand when Negroes be talking all that trash. I got to get him. Y'all. I'm petty. This how I go on this
Stay here.
Ah, Toby stay. Toby stay. Got him.
I think that is hilarious. You feel me? You don't be sitting up here talking about Nolan and his mom like that, fool. You will get gotten. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I don't play them games. Hold on. I had got a couple. Because I be scouring. You know me. I be scouring the internet. You know what I'm saying? I be all around that thing. You know what I'm saying? I be around. Matter of fact, have y'all noticed? Hold on. Wait. Have y'all noticed? Wait.
I'll notice when we create posts about Carmelo or Nolan that the racist pieces of trash, and keep in mind this is not for all white people. Please, y'all gotta know when, if it doesn't apply, to let it fly. We are talking about the racist pieces of trash that come in our comments just wanting to spew out all of their hate. The ones who want to let us know that they're obsessed with black male porn. The ones who want to be racist and actually use derogatory terms and things of that nature. Like, did y'all notice? I mean, like, have y'all ever just taken a moment to click their profiles? Have y'all? Because when I do it, I notice that Nolan's friends are nowhere on their profile. No one's advocating for them, saying that they're innocent. No one has Austin Metcalf posted on their profile saying rest in peace to him or justice for him. No one's doing anything like that. It's strictly in our comments. I don't know what it is, but they have this innate desire to make us conform to what they want. But those days are over. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Straight
My
up.
opinion is mine, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it loud, and y'all not going to do nothing about it.
Nothing.
What you going to do about it but whine about it in my comments instead of advocating on your page?
What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Is y'all gonna advocate for it on y'all pages and y'all channels, or y'all just gonna be up in my chat whining? What y'all gonna do? Cause y'all sure be talking about people whining all the time, but don't nobody do it more than you. You do know if you didn't type and say anything, we wouldn't even know you was there. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know the stuff that you type doesn't make any sort of a kind of a difference in anything. Like, we don't care what you're saying. You're more like a gnat, like a nuisance. You know how you be out, you're like, goddamn, man. He drowned. Yeah. You're racist. Yeah. Yeah. You be like, damn, get out my damn face, man. I'm trying to have a conversation, and these little fucking little gnats be all up in my face. That's all y'all is. Y'all super annoying because that's all y'all do is cry. That's all they do is cry. No, I can't will. He drowned. Why y'all talking about white people like that? Hey, spiritual, what's up? Why y'all talking about white people like that? Y'all so fragile. Y'all so feeble. Y'all some little flower rangers. Mighty Morphin Flower Rangers. I swear to God, cry like little babies. We got a purpose. We want to know what's going on with our folks. We trying to get in all the information, like everybody always said. You should be no stone unturned, and this, I think, like I said, the grand gaslight, and just a video before, she was right, man. Like, we're seeing the system being exposed. So basically, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it real with y'all. I'm somewhat sort of kind of like a prophet because I did make the whole gang devils. I did that. I didn't even know how deep this stuff go. And when your boy was talking, you gotta know. Some damn devils. Somebody said that to us. They think I'm the devil. Nah, he wasn't saying that before. He was saying they think I'm the coon, I'm a this, that, that. He didn't say the devil. They think I'm the nigga. You the devil. I know he seen that. Just like Bart didn't see this. I know they have, because I didn't see them tagging them folks in Ocean Springs in these videos. Ashley didn't see this. Warren didn't see that. These have been, you know how many shares that these reels got on them? How many tags they got within them? You damn, oh, that guy was, who was that? You know what? But then also I learned about how important people are to the case, because ain't nobody even really talking about Trayston no more. Like, I hardly get any comments on Trayston's joint. But her name just start to pick up now. And guess who else name to picked up since the trial tomorrow? Judge Roach in the Carmelo joint. I'm battling tooth and nail over there with these folks on the Judge Roach Devil joint. But all of these folks right here associated with Mississippi, all these folks associated with Mississippi, I'm talking about all of them. They getting traction like I ain't never seen before. For real, y'all. On some really real Holyfield McGrill. You feel good? You know what I'm talking about? And it just is what it is. I know they didn't see it. And I'm like, man, they ain't trying to come sue me. Oh, that's
and then the one line is, oh, this is a public platform. Well, I can make my page not public for you. Block.
See, now she go one step further than where I want to go. I don't want to block you. As long as you just not like super trolling and super doing something, you can say all the goof troop you want. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like we ain't got smart, intelligent viewers that will read you your rights. You know what I'm saying? I don't be worried about that. If anything, I'll be just more concerned about the viewer experience, because sometimes we just be wanting to build, and we don't, like, I'm a real positive person too, and I don't be liking to see a lot of negativity. And so I've been thinking about that, y'all. Like, maybe we might have to get a little stricter and a little tighter on these. But then that also might be a way that we might just go members and all of that only. I need to figure out how to do the members only. That's where we need to be with that. But yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. Because yeah, but then look, I dipped on the other side, right? Remember my boy Elliot Connie the other day that did the interview with Officer Tatum, right? And then remember at the end of the interview, he told him that he needed to go ahead and do a debate with Teslin. Well, I found a little bit of where, because if y'all don't know Teslin do be coming bringing the fire. She real good at what she do, and she would be able to actually get at Cuz in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm gonna let y'all hear. I'm gonna let y'all hear. She spit some hot fires.
That's sad, actually. And I did not know the answer to that question. By the way, y'all should know I gave her no pre-questions, and nor did she ask. Like, this is a very organic conversation. I didn't know any question I asked her. I didn't know what the answer would be until she said it. What I find psychologically remarkable about what she just said, if two things. When I was on with Nancy Grace, there was a medical professional who does forensic analysis, basically a medical examiner. And she asked him about the condition the body was in being shipped to DC for the private autopsy.
Right.
And he said, it's not uncommon for some organs to be left behind because those organs need to be further examined. Mm-hmm. But he said he's never, ever in his entire career heard about a throat being kept behind.
Mm.
And also, everybody just heard Teslin said the family nor the lawyers have been exposed to the state autopsy. I find that curious. And the reason I find that curious is because if that autopsy supported their narrative, I imagine they would release that immediately, because then that would stop all of this conversation.
I said that.
So if the narrative is accidental drowning,
mm-hmm.
and the autopsy supported that narrative,
right,
then they would say, look, we did the autopsy. It supports accidental drowning. Here you go. So my brain starts thinking, if the narrative doesn't support accidental drowning, because I imagine we would have seen that immediately if that's the case.
Yes.
Then what is the autopsy indicating?
Mm.
And it's sad to me. And I mean, I say sad in a societal, it's angering and frustrating micro, but macro, it's like, just tell the family the damn truth and let the wheels of justice do what the wheels of justice need to do.
Well, see, the wheels of justice, that's the whole thing. What wheels of justice?
But justice is still a thing.
Yes.
Justice in Mississippi behaves in the way that we're seeing. But I believe very strongly they would have no reason to hold that information from the public or either legal side if the autopsy supported the stated narrative of accidental drowning.
Yes,
right.
That's a logical belief. I mean, if you don't, I said clearly, if you don't want people to speculate, then investigate, give the information, stop the narrative.
And I said in one of my videos, the only thing that kills curiosity is certainty.
Right.
So
that's right.
The reason why the public is so curious is because the powers that be, for whatever reason, are withholding certainty from us. And I'm absolutely interested in what is in that autopsy that does not support the narrative of drowning that you are trying to withhold and control.
Let me ask you a question. If it comes out, let's say they say it's drowning now, would you believe it?
No.
Would the public believe it?
I would not believe it because you held that information for this long.
Right.
And even if it were true, if they released it today, like our autopsy says drowning, we're 100% transparent about that, we're 100% honest about that, it's 100% true. Even if that were true, what you've put these parents through is cruel.
Right.
To know that it was drowning for about a month, because the autopsy was done about a month ago, to be sitting on that information and withhold it from two grieving parents,
right,
speaks to your level level of absolute cruelty, if that is in fact what that autopsy finds. But to your question, Tesla, no, I would not believe them, because there's no reason for you to have held that information for this long. And the most likely reason that I can think of as to why that information has been withheld is because it does not support your narrative. Now, I want to be abundantly clear about this. That doesn't mean I know what narrative it supports, but it does make me question if the narrative is he drowned accidentally, and these are good American boys. And I want everybody to understand, as I said in one of my videos, that's code for the good white kids don't suspect them of anything. That's what, when you refer to somebody as like this, these are good American Christian boys.
Right.
That's code for they're above reproach because of their whiteness.
Exactly.
But the truth is, if the narrative is Nolan Wells died accidentally, and that narrative was supported by the autopsy, we could have and should have heard that the day the autopsy was done. And that, per legal standards, is the norm, because an autopsy is a public record. Everybody needs to understand that. An autopsy is a public record. This they're not making public. And they're forcing a whole bunch of people to say, why not? And to me, I think the phone is important, and I'm so glad to have heard what I heard yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think the CETO call is important, and I'm so glad that Janetta and others have enhanced that audio. And there's, so many other details that Tesla is aware of that we don't have time to get into every single one of them. Obviously, we'd have Tesla here for 8 hours that are relevant here. But to me, the most important piece of psychology to me is you have overtly put out a narrative. Within a few hours of Nolan Wells' body being discovered, the sheriff in that area said there's no evidence of foul play.
Come on now.
If the autopsy supported that, they've already demonstrated that they don't mind saying things quickly. If the autopsy supported that, they would say that quickly. And they would say, hey, the thing the sheriff said, we did an autopsy, it supports the thing the sheriff said. The fact that they have not released that information, either publicly or to the attorneys or to the family, is A, cruel, and B, makes me think that that autopsy does not support that original narrative.
Can I ask you a question? Because I know, and I've known of your work, but I really tapped in with the Bryant thing. And I'm bringing this comment to attention, not because, oh, don't worry about the comments, but it's, when we address comments, it's not because it's this one person. It is, a larger thing. Somebody said, Tesla, if you want people to talk to you, you don't have to talk about your accolades. Just answer the question. And I had to bring this up to you because you decoded that so well with Bryant. See, there's a thing that, and that's why I brought context on my background, which I know can be triggering to people for many reasons why, and I'm sure you can break that down.
I'll answer that right now.
People have a real issue. Well, let me let you, the psychotherapist, break down. Why is somebody bothered that I say that I have a expertise in something and I verify it and I show the proof? How many others don't want to show the proof, and then give you the information, opposed to me just talking and it sounding good. That's my first question, two-part. And why does it feel better to people that I just talk just to talk without saying, I know this and this is why I know it and here's the evidence to support it? And I say that just because of your brilliant work with Bryant, which is weird to see. They're probably a troll, but to see, I'm asking because to see somebody say that in your comments, I'm sure you hear it often because you're always talking about you're expert. And I know why you're saying that, but why do people find that bothersome when you're teaching?
Well, so I'm going to give two explanations. Number one, they don't understand the position that people like you and I are in. We are not just popular because we have big platforms. We have attained expertise and experience to allow us to be in the position that we're in. And most people don't understand that. So when you say what you said, or I say what I say, it sounds like bragging. And people are triggered by bragging because sometimes bragging sounds like you're insulting me. Like I'm saying I'm great, so I'm also saying you're not great. But
I experienced that a lot. Like when people try to debate with me on anything that got to do with Black culture and what's going on right now in our current political time and state. Like, dude, you can't, like, I've been in the trenches with this, like, head down for 5 years straight. Like, there's 38 to 4,000 of these damn episodes. I've been doing this. Like, you can't tell me what you ain't been paying attention like that. Don't even act like you've been paying attention like that. I've been doing story after story. Da, 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 da. Like, you can't shut up. So I understand. I understand where you're coming from. They coming from with that. Like, people don't like that you got your accolades going on.
Here's what they don't understand and what they need to understand. So that's the psychological thing is bragging often triggers. If I'm like, look, I just closed a $20 million deal to, have my podcast on the Black Effect. Like, you're showing off your wealth makes me feel bad about my absence of wealth, right? So that's the explanation behind it. The thing that people need to understand, and this is critically important, so I need everybody to say this. I need everybody to understand this. When Teslin walks into a room with her legal expertise, soon to be a law degree when she finishes and graduates, and all of her background, her blackness makes that room question her credibility. And by the way, as Teslin said earlier, the conservative movement is very good at this war. Do you guys know why they're attacking DEI? I'm going to tell you exactly why they're attacking DEI. So when Teslin walks into a room with her education, expertise, certificates, et cetera, and they have to acknowledge she got all of those things, they can now discredit her by saying, yeah, but you only got those because you're a DEI hire. You didn't get those on the merit of your work. You got those because we had to lower the bar to let people like you in. That's why they do it. I have a person that works for me. His name is Dr. Adam Thrower. He is a brilliant researcher. We're going to interview him later this week on this platform because, and this is going to blow y'all away, but Brandon Tatum misunderstood the research. He kept saying the Harvard study. Well, my buddy, the researcher, was watching that interview. He downloaded the study, read it, and he texted me. He said he's lying about what this study, well, actually what he said is he's misinterpreting, but he's inaccurate and misleading about what this actual study said.
Yeah.
We're going to break him down later. But Adam is white, and I've posted Adam, and Adam has been my homie for 15 years. We met in 2010, and we've been working together writing books. He's the one who co-wrote these books with me. By the way, shout out to the book. Go get him. But he co-wrote these 2 books with me, and in his whiteness, no one has ever, in the comment section of one of our posts, ever asked him, where'd you get your doctorate degree? Are you actually licensed? How do I know I should be listening to you? But they ask me at least once a day. Mm-hmm. At least once a day, someone will say, why don't you have your degrees behind you? And I don't have my degrees behind me because I just chose not to. I had my degrees hanging on my wall and had a physical office before COVID. COVID happened. I now work online, and I just didn't put my degrees on the wall. I have them.
You even have
right over there. And people are like, but you should have your degrees. But if you watch Adam's Zoom, his background, he doesn't have his degrees behind him either.
Yeah, but you still get
so why do they question Adam, but they don't question me?
We already know why that happens, though. We already know why that goes down. So that ain't that. I did have another point to make. I know some of y'all just got in here, so y'all missed the message that the sister said. But the brothers is on the same accord, and basically it's our kindness that they weaponizing, y'all. I want y'all to hear this.
This is an urgent message, and I rarely do this, but I'm going to ask you to share this message far and wide. Regarding those of us who are being lynched and being found hung from trees, I believe that law enforcement is directly and indirectly involved. But I also believe that there is another strategy that is being used in order to target us. And I heard this specifically laid out by creator Gina with the J. And I'm going to shout out Gina in the comment section of this video. But they are weaponizing our kindness. And what they're doing, I believe, is they are going into Black American communities and they are pretending to be in distress. And one of us, because overall, collectively, we are a very kind, generous, and compassionate people. One of us is going over to these murderers who are pretending to need help. And that's how they are picking us off. And what I want to say is that we have to not only be more vigilant, but we also need to carry some kind of personal protection. And we also need to be aware of this strategy. Ted Bundy is one of the most notorious serial killers that operated in the United States of America. And one of the ways that he used to get many of his victims is he pretended that he needed their help. He would go so far as to wear a fake cast or be carrying groceries. And could this particular person give him a hand? And being kind, they would, and they would become his next victim. I believe that's what these murderers are doing. And think about it. We in our communities wouldn't bat an eye if we see them in our communities, but it looks like they're having some kind of emergency. Their car is broken down or something medical is going on with them. And many of us would rush over to try and help. They know that. Despite the lies that white supremacy tells about us, that we are animalistic and hyper-violent, they know the truth. And again, they are weaponizing our kindness against us.
Give it to me, LA.
If you are out alone, you need to first have some type of personal protection on you. Make sure your phone is charged up. But if you see someone who appears to be in distress or have an emergency, especially if they are not us, then you need to keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
So again, please share this message, and y'all be careful out here.
I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not a game out here. Y'all heard what the brother said. Now that's my job to bring y'all what the people talking about out here. Now don't be the one him telling you how it go down and you ain't hear what he really said. You understand? It's simple, just like that. Just straightforward. Just, not even being mad, not even being angry, not, calling nobody no names or nothing. That's just looking out for you and yourself and your peoples and all that. That's all it is. That's it. That's it. I think I could probably get it in the chat. If not, you can send it to me on the gram or Facebook or something. If you send it to me on Facebook Messenger, that'd be the best, because then I can grab it really quick. Listen, maybe look, we've been going a little too hard, man. A little too hard. So I got something to soften it up. See, because I be trying to extend the olive branch. You can't say you can't say Jay Lava don't be trying to extend the olive branch. I do be going to incorporate y'all folks. So maybe, maybe y'all can get it. So maybe we could put it in a little guitar for you. Since y'all like guitars, maybe if we play it in the guitar, shout out to my man TYC. I didn't featured him on the channel before. I am following him. Let me go ahead and give him that like. But he got a little guitar riff for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could get it that way since y'all like guitars.
Him dearly.
What? Who do you think is telling?
So, yeah, Nolan was like a brother to us.
I got my money on him. His attorney's in his corner, kicking him, making sure he stays on script.
With the dude, even though he's getting with one of our other buddies' exes.
That's telling. But the body language, they can't even hold it in. If Warren's the only one affected, then Warren's gonna flip. Obviously, Wyatt knows who was hidden. But you ever think, where the fuck is Bart? Katie or Wyatt? It took 38 days to age him. We call that fucking karma.
Why aren't we in jail yet? I mean,
They could admit it. They can go to anyone but a cop. They can attack Nolan's mom in an interview, but his mom, are they taking attention off of?
I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up, because either her service south side or my.
His neck keeps getting longer. His mom is weighing his shoulders down. He just keeps lying about where she was. Well, that stresses knowing who did it, and so having to keep shutting his brother's mouth, his grandpa called the Cito. So why would they do an interview if they did nothing wrong? Doesn't even make any sense. Why would they change what we think? Why wouldn't they just go to the cops and show them evidence? I need Bart, Katie, and Wyatt to come to the front.
He loved him dearly.
What? Who do you think is telling?
So, yeah. No.
I hope y'all got that message. That message was crafted for y'all, you know, from Mayo with love, man. Like he put that stank on it too for y'all. Give it up, man, for my man CYC, man. He's trying to reach you guys in a new way, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, you know what I'm saying, meet you where you at. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you will get it through his music. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to wake you up through the music. You know what I'm saying? It's a music thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, while we on them folks real quick, it's not hard to tell how he's coming, but he's coming from a place of y'all ain't got enough control for me and y'all letting these Negroes do whatever they want to do. But listen to this. This is interesting.
The phone in the Nolan Wells case. I have a message directly to DA Angel Myers McGrath from a former prosecutor who did the same job you did, 30 years criminal trial experience, certified criminal trial lawyer, former head county prosecutor. Please listen carefully. This phone issue is getting out of hand. Nobody knows what to believe because you keep refusing, as I've said previously, to do proper public relations.
Right.
Now, supposedly, there's a letter out there that says you agreed in July to have the phone examined with the experts from the family at a specific location and in a specific way,
Right.
and that they are ready, willing, and able, and gave 4 dates this week where they would be willing to surrender that phone for examination. Now, I've been involved in things like this, so I don't know what's been said or hasn't been said, but I'll say this. The only story that we're listening to is that from Nolan Wells' family. And when they send you a letter and you don't respond and correct that letter, then we can only presume rightly that what's in that letter is correct.
Right.
So the question becomes, if you had an agreement in July, why is it not being honored? There are accounts that you have demanded that the phone just be turned over in violation of that agreement.
No.
And that is not a good thing. Not a good look. I can tell you from the commentary on the post that I've had that your constituency out there in Mississippi does not trust law enforcement and does not trust this investigation. Your continued failure to update the community on any misinformation, if there is misinformation, or say, for example, if this agreement is not what the agreement was, then you need to get out there and you need to let the public know. Now, stop with this thing that you don't compromise investigations about speaking about them. I've addressed this before. You are not compromising an investigation by correcting the record. You are making sure the public has an understanding, so we can only presume what's been written by Mr. Crump and his team is accurate.
Right.
That phone is vital to any grand jury presentation. If you don't get that phone and you don't download it, then you are going to look like a bum no matter what it is that you do, and nobody will ever trust the investigation. To be honest with you, I wouldn't trust it either. That phone is vital. There is allegations that there's destruction of evidence that's on that phone, and we need to see what's on it and what's not on it. And for the rest of the folks that are out there, understand, they're not going to be going through the phone picture by picture, page by page. This is downloaded into a computer program called Celebrate. And from there, there's extractions that are done, mirroring of the phone. And then both sides can be confident they have all of the information. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, DA, I can hear you say, well, we're going to be setting a precedent that everybody thinks that they have a right to have their people there when they examine the phone. Well, you know what? I don't know, and I don't care. If you agree to that in this particular situation, we'll look at it like a one-off, but the community, me, everyone out there, and certainly the victim's family need to know it's been done in the right way. So get off your ass and get that phone examined one way or the other.
Facts. Now, I didn't see him say some slick stuff, but that right there I can agree with, right? Like, y'all playing games and playing in people's face, acting like you don't need to have the phone, and y'all got to have the phone by yourself, and not agree to the specific terms of everything being joint. Why would I just hand you over the phone? Right? Now, if y'all been following me for a minute on this case, y'all know I said earlier that call that was made does not necessarily mean that it had to be at the island or any of that when it was called. And check this out. That might be why they have what the lawyers say, the legal ramifications to say that it's authentic, because they didn't correct it. Well, no, hold on. Warren they did correct and say that picture that was taken was during the CTO call. Oh, they didn't said a lot. They didn't said a lot, but now Sam is saying what I'm saying too.
Secret Service Sam here, and I just want everybody to know that I don't enjoy having to relay these awful messages to you. Whether it's about Nolan Xavier Wells, whether it's about Rasheem Carter, whether it's about Tasia Fortune, or the hundreds of other people who are killed unjustly in our country. I'm a comedian. I like to make people laugh. That's my favorite thing to do. I'm a musician. I love to entertain people, but I realize this is something I've been called for, and I'm not going to shy away from it. And when people ask me, why do you do this? Why do you do this, Sam? No stone can go unturned. So something might lead us to nothing, but it could also lead us to something. Right. And we have to remember that nobody was talking about Nolan Xavier Wells. Nobody was talking about Cyrus Carmack Belton. Nobody was talking about Carmelo Anthony, because the mainstream media does not pick up on black atrocities. They don't care about them. But what we've done is made these atrocities mainstream media because of us, because of independent journalists, because of you keeping these stories alive. So please, when somebody wants to judge how I'm delivering, what I'm delivering, just know it pains me. Of course, I have children, and I understand how painful these different horrific situations are to each family, but that doesn't mean that we just shy away from it and don't talk about it and don't keep their names in the news.
Exactly.
If we don't say something, then nobody else will, and that's why it's important for us to keep pushing, keep the gas down, and stay focused. And also, I think people have to think about that CTO call and say, what if it didn't happen on Horn Island? Mm-hmm. What if it allegedly could have happened at somebody's house? Everybody is just focusing on the shiny object, Horn Island, but maybe that call didn't take place at Horn Island. Mm-hmm. You just have to be ready, allegedly, to think outside the box on this, that it's not all it is. Now, I'm saying that CTO call, we heard what we heard on that call, but the question is, we don't have confirmation of the metadata of that clip that Officer Race Tatum shared.
Straight up.
So how do we know it happened on the island? All I want is justice for Nolan Xavier Wells and his family.
Only reason I played that because I've been saying that too. Just because we got the call like that doesn't necessarily mean that it happened on the island. I've been saying that the whole time. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? Like the ideas start to go around after the fact. Now, I don't know if y'all heard about these letters that came out. Sam actually read them out. Let me go ahead and just, since we all on Sam real quick, let's just go ahead and get these letters out the way, because I want to hear about the letters too. I ain't even gonna hold you. But Sam, shout out to Sam.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. And there's this odd letter. It looks like a journal entry that just hit the internet. Let me know what you guys think. It says July 4th. We go to the party, the island. We had alcohol. I may have drank half, if not a whole seltzer throughout the entire time. Was worried about returning for his second season, and he didn't want to ruin his chances. Cell service sucks here. Imagine something happening to you and not being able to call out for help. Nolan side-eyes and dismisses the comment. Nolan snaps a photo or a video of scenery or something. Wyatt had been sniffing the bug shug all morning. Wyatt tries to grab his phone and has to put it, and Nolan jerks his phone because this feels like what would lead to Nolan's death later. Approximately 12 hours later, Nolan was already hanging on an inkling he shouldn't go to the pool party. Him and Wyatt have had some animosity for a while because Nolan was back and forgave easily and didn't hold grudges. He was the peaceful friend, the conflict solver in most of his social group. He had several, maybe 3 friends, grumps. I can't read the rest of that. Nolan was only put on the boat to be transferred back to the island around 3 to 5 a.m. July 6th. That's why he wasn't found initially on the island. He was stored somewhere cool and dark to keep from decompositioning a minute, but it was summer. He already started to have a hint of smell permeating the shaded area. It's an area of property him and his friends hiked or hung around in, and yes, it's one of his friends' properties. Somebody got a farm or hiking trail, maybe both. Somebody cried, somebody is scared to speak, somebody was threatened. All of them are being haunted. Nolan decided to unfriend this group, and they couldn't accept it, the ultimate motive. Again, it's hard to read this letter. The writing kind of looks that of a female. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world. Secret Service Sam here with a
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I know that's the same one. I know that's the same one. Hold on. I know that's the same one. I was trying to get to the other one. Hold on real quick. Okay. Here. Okay, here you go. Because this is another piece of that.
the Nolan Xavier Wells update and some more mysterious letters that I'm reading to you. Again, I don't know if these are real, but I think it's important to share them. After others were forced to leave, the last few were trying to help, but they made them leave. Nolan had already taken his last gasps and was gargling blood. His last words were, "No, please, guys, I love you." Key notes: when Nolan yelled, that's when Evan's mom came down. Nolan's body was still warm when they started moving it to be stored. Nolan survived most of the attack. Ultimately, murder was intentional. He yelled, but barely. He saw his moments and memories flash, but his last memory was with his parents after winning a game, and he was happy and he was ready for the next season. Maybe memories was from his last game of his first year of college. Again, I don't know how this letter could possibly know what his last memory was. So again, we have to take it with a grain of salt. Nolan wanted nothing more than to have peace, even when it wasn't always reciprocated in certain instances. Wyatt was the primary aggressor, encouraging booze and drugs and hyping the others up to single out Nolan. Nolan had some sort of fun, but they left earlier than planned due to the boat having some sort of jerk or throttle issue happening while on the island. The boys planned to leave Nolan. He left the girl. He did spend a little time with her there. Wyatt and Warren were jealous, taunting that they would leave him, and made him swim not too far to the boat. They wanted him to swim through the current, dared him to, and Nolan waited for something current to pass and then swam to the boat approximately at 3:45 p.m. Around 4:30, they had already started to head back, took a few convincing photos that Nolan was failure to it, but did anyways. Again, this is very hard to read. I can't confirm any of this, guys. This is all strong on the ledge of allegedly. But again, these letters are out there, so I thought it was important to read it. Again, some of this writing looks like it could be a female because they've hearted a few things. I just want to put this out there. I have forwarded all these letters to Ben Crump and his attorneys just in case there is anything real to this. But again, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. This is just, in my opinion, something that is interesting to share. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world. Service Sam here with a Nolan Xavier.
My bad. Thank you. Y'all know how people be talking about black people do the most crimes and stuff like that, right? Check this out. Did y'all know about this case? This is just something that just on some knowledge bond type. I just want, when people talk about, I seen somebody in the comments today say 80% of black people were killed by more black people. But check the numbers out. Check the stats out, though. Listen to this.
Breaking news now. DC police today began issuing termination papers to multiple police officials who have been under investigation for allegedly manipulating crime stats. News 4 confirmed 2 commanders and a captain have been told they will be fired.
That investigation stems from a story that News 4 first reported on last July after Commander Michael Pulliam was relieved of his command in the 3rd District by then Chief of Police Pamela Smith. Pulliam was accused of manipulating crime data, an allegation that he denied.
News 4's Paul Wagner joins us now live from outside of police headquarters with the latest on the story. Paul?
Well, Anna and Erica, News 4 can confirm that Michael Pulliam was told today by Internal Affairs in the police department that he would be terminated for the actions that he had allegedly taken part in over the last previous year.
Oh, it gets worse.
It was also confirmed that the 2nd District Commander, Tatiana Savoy, was also told today that she would be terminated. Those 2 are just 2 of a number of officials that we understand have been told that they would either be terminated or they would face other forms of discipline. Back in July, the News 4 first reported that then Chief of Police Pamela Smith had placed 3rd District Commander Michael Pulliam on leave and accused him of changing crime data, lowering the classification of crime.
So, a black captain in D.C. finds out that the officers in her precinct, in her department, are manipulating the crime data in the computers so that when you go search the crime stats, it shows something completely different than what is actually the real thing. A certain demographic, when they get arrested, he goes in the system and finds their classification, and he lowers their crime stats. Whatever crime they've committed, if it's a felony, he brings it down to a like he keeps, and then they're working with the DA clearly because the DA will eventually drop those charges to a lesser charge, right? And then she fired him for that. And then remember, when she brought it up, accused him of doing that shit, fired him, and then Trump now sent in troops to go take over the department, sent troops to take over the department because of that. Now, let's check this out.
Report aired. President Trump, in the weeks after, held a news conference at the White House and announced the federal takeover of the police department. Trump said he was doing it in part because of, quote, phony crime numbers. In our report, Union President Greg Pemberton leveled his own allegations, saying manipulating crime stats in the police department was widespread and that officials on a regular basis were downgrading serious violent crimes to lesser crimes so that it would not show up in the department's crime stats. In the weeks that followed, the Department of Justice and the House Oversight Committee announced it would launch investigations as well. When those reports came out, they were highly critical of Chief Pamela Smith. The DOJ report said Smith's leadership created a coercive culture of fear, while the report from the House Oversight Committee said the chief created a toxic management culture. Chief Smith then stepped down in December, but defended her handling of the way crime stats were reported.
So, even the chief of the union president for DC police had to come out and admit that tampering of crime stats is widespread. It happens all over. Right? And then the police chief, who was a black woman, was investigated, and they said that she created a culture of fear. You know what culture she created? She told them, that shit y'all doing is not going to fly under my leadership. The toxic culture that they're talking about, she basically said, y'all gonna do your jobs. What you swore to do, that's what you're gonna do. We're not doing any of that extra bullshit anymore. That's the toxic culture. She came in and said, I need you to do your jobs. I need you to stop lying. I need you to stop manipulating the crime stats. And they said it created a culture of fear, and everyone snitched on her because, again, white cops. So they forced the black woman to step down because the black woman went in there trying to fix things. She's the one so the only reason this is happening, the only reason these firings are happening is because a police chief, a big police chief, a black woman blew the whistle. If she kept quiet about this, we would never know. And this is why black men always have the highest crime stats, because white cops, not only do they let white men walk away, not only do they refuse to arrest white men, when they do arrest them for those crimes, there are other white men that go in the system and change the data.
Damn. Did y'all hear that? Now, hold on. Now, somebody said they sent me some. Where you send it to? Where you send it to? Ooh, where you send it to? Did you? Where you send it to? But y'all understand that about the crime, though. I just wanted to make sure that we were correct about this crime thing. And this is my thing, though. If we did all the crime, if we was guilty of all the crime so much, why they got to try so hard to frame and manipulate and this, that? If we did, that's why I don't be listening to all of that they be talking about. So that's why I'll be listening to what they be talking about. Because when it really comes down to it, it's all manipulated and fabricated. Every time. There's no authenticity about it. Now, I also want to make y'all aware. Did y'all know? I just want to make sure that y'all was aware. Did y'all know that it's confirmed that somebody's parents is in the FBI? Is that Ashley? Saying with all the tea today.
I'm here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and something that somebody brought to my attention. This is very interesting. Angel McGrath, the DA in Mississippi, you know, the one who is keeping everything so tight to the grand jury, in my opinion, right? And just in my opinion, nobody else's. Allegedly, well, something I found out that somebody brought to my attention is look who her husband is. Scott McGrath, who, this is public knowledge, she shared it on her Facebook, is in the FBI. So it's just interesting. I'm just pointing out how connected a lot of these people are. And we keep saying, like, where is Trash Patel? Where is the FBI on this case? Why are they not taking it more serious? Why are they not taking it over, in fact, from Mississippi? And I just things that make you go, know what I mean? What do you guys think? It's kind of interesting.
I would say so as well. I caught this conversation on Willie D, right? And they was talking about how the investigation has now turned into a homicide. So y'all can get out of here with that he just drowned accidentally crap. It's over for that. Y'all got to try something different.
Fact that, people don't always realize is the prosecutors are not beholden to what law enforcement does, meaning whether or not police make an arrest or charge you with crime A, the prosecutors can choose to proceed with crime A. They can add crime B. They can drop crime A. If they're not satisfied, they can go forward on their own. And it sounds like whatever we've said, whatever we think, whatever law enforcement has or has not done, prosecutors are moving forward on their own. They're ready to convene the grand jury. It means they are bringing criminal charges against at least one person for something. And that's good news. That's progress.
Yeah, absolutely. What changes legally when a suspicious death investigation becomes a homicide?
Well, I mean, the gravity, it's, the stakes are higher now, where let's say you had a tampering with evidence charge, you're talking, third degree, second degree felony, still important. But when you get to homicide, you're talking first degree felonies, you're talking possible life sentences. You're talking about all the chips in the middle. I mean, homicide's as serious as it gets. It also means that the burden.
Good catch. You smart detective, you. Hold on, let me go see. Because I got Katie's name. I sure do. And I'm like, hold on, I ain't never even peeped that. No, it's Katie McCormick. It's Katie McCormick. Okay, you was close though. It's McCormick.
Becomes that much more scrutinized, whereas you may forgive a crack in a prosecution case on a lesser charge. When inside, you're accusing someone of being the reason someone else is dead, and it's going to be all charge. So for them to be going down that road, the prosecutors have a higher burden ethically than the police. It means they believe in good faith they have something against someone.
Could the completed autopsy be driving this shift behind the scenes?
I think so. I think no matter what the autopsy is, it helps that it is completed. I know a lot of people are hinging on if it's inconclusive. Inconclusive is not necessarily good or bad. It just means we couldn't rely on the autopsy for a cause of death. But I think it will rule out that he didn't die of old age, right? He didn't die of a heart attack. So if all of the criminal possibilities are in play, that is still good from a prosecution standpoint. The fact that it doesn't say conclusively from a forensic standpoint, he died by murder, it doesn't rule it out either. And that's why you have, we talk about some circumstantial evidence or witness testimony. So I think it sounds like whatever the forensic examination says does not hurt the prosecution. If it helps or not, different question.
Yeah. But would the prosecutors need evidence of murder or merely evidence that another person caused Nolan's death?
I think evidence of someone causing another death is sufficient. Like you said, homicide, there's a lot of degrees of homicide. There's intentional homicide, there's reckless homicide, there's that manslaughter, there's a heat of the moment, there's I acted so recklessly that I caused a death, like you said, in vehicular homicides where you drove 150 miles an hour and were changing lanes and you sideswiped someone, causing their death. So it doesn't need to be an intentional, premeditated, like premeditation's your top type of homicide murder charge. It could be, but if anyone is in any way directly, indirectly responsible in some degree for Nolan's death, all bets are off.
So if this is let's say this is treated, as a homicide. Let's say this is being treated as a homicide. Why hasn't there been any arrest?
Well, it hasn't been an arrest because law enforcement has chosen not to make the arrest.
Trina,
but
restarted.
The prosecutors get the indictment, that arrest is imminent. So we haven't seen arrest because law enforcement didn't feel. I don't want to say what they felt. I have no faith in law enforcement in this case. But for whatever reasons they have, they've not committed to the idea of probable cause that anyone is criminally responsible to any degree for Nolan's death. Prosecutors don't have to wait on that. They don't have to sit on that. They don't have to accept that. They say, no, we think otherwise. Unfortunately, the prosecutor can't make the arrest directly, independently. They need this grand jury to give them the indictment, give them the true bill, bring down the charge, and then you're going to see a warrant for an arrest. If that grand jury comes with a probable cause for a true bill, there'll be warrants for arrests.
I do not like how the prosecution is moving in this case. I don't like how.
Hey, I gotta say, who that tapped in? Vlad, man. I say it's the grand gaslight. Now I'm saying that that has a strong possibility. Usually I'm not negative about situations, but I think the build up to this would be the ultimate letdown for them. And they are trying, they don't care about no forensics. They don't give a damn about nothing. They want them boys to walk free. And it's just so sad for Nolan. And yeah, they still probably gonna get a little change, probably a couple millions or something like that. But as far as justice, like somebody paying the price, it's looking pretty slim, bro. I'm gonna have to agree with you a little bit there, Vlad. Straight up, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think like that. I think that justice is always gonna come and blah blah blah. But I'm looking at the plot, and the plot is a good one for YT supremacy. It is like bring them all the way up as far as you can in the sky and cut the cord to the balloon so everybody can fall and smash to the ground. And maybe the Negroes will get outside. Maybe, the Negroes will start, enough of them will start, doing something so we can, that's all they really want. That's all they really want is us to react. Let's not forget about that.
The law enforcement is moving in this case. I don't like how the government is, the governor is moving in this case. Like, it seems like everybody with some type of, authority in Mississippi are all compromised, and they all seem to be leaning towards foul play. I personally think if there is an investigation, I think it's a dog and pony show, because it don't take this long for us to see no damn results of an autopsy. It doesn't, especially in a priority case like this, a case this big. This is an international case. In Mississippi, you got it. So this is supposed to be all hands on deck. Let's get these people answers immediately so we can quell public sentiment, the negative public sentiment here, because people are asking for answers, and we're getting tired of people on the internet saying this and that. Okay, let's put the real stuff out there. Let's get it out there for them so they can examine the real evidence, what's really real, and they don't have to speculate. But they're not doing that. They're sitting on their hands, and they're playing the waiting game. And I do believe that they're waiting for another major story to break so this story can get buried.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I'm gonna separate the prosecutors from the politicians and law enforcement. From a prosecution standpoint, I'm a prosecutor. If you want to see a true bill, you want to see an indictment for the top count for murder, right? Then it is smart. It's rational to give the prosecutors a little more time, because you want them to get it right on the first shot. You don't want them to whiff on it, have to go get more evidence later. You want it to be a nice, clean, solid indictment out the gate. It could be they've been waiting to sort out the operation for Nolan's phone. And that's not putting blame on anyone. Just saying they would like it from a prosecution standpoint. Maybe they want that. Maybe you made a really great point in your opening. We don't know what evidence the prosecution has. Maybe they have witness testimony we don't know about. Maybe they've been working on an agreement with someone, get someone to testify against someone else. Because whoever they have testify as a witness, you also know is not going to be their suspect. So it could be they've just been tying up the loose ends, crossing T's, dotting I's, trying to salvage public opinion if they even can. But ultimately, the prosecutor, the buck stops with them, right? If this goes sideways, at the end of the day, I would blame the prosecutor, right? Get the evidence, do it right the first time. And if it takes a little longer, I'd rather see that than rush it and muck it up.
You've been covering this case now. You know, I've been watching a lot of your videos and stuff, and you've been bringing up some good points and analysis. What do you think is going to be on that cell phone? What do you think they're going to find?
You know, it could be anything. It really, I don't cancel anything out. We could find a motive.
Happy birthday, Nolan Wells.
Look like we lost Jack. Let's see if we can bring Jack back. Let's see.
All right, while you get that together, Willie, I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
You go ahead and do that. But I got this.
Okay, we're gonna try to bring Jack back in a minute, fam. But in fact, let me go into the comments and see what y'all saying over here. Let me see what y'all talking about. Those boys' phones need to be investigated. Absolutely, Miss Anderson. You're absolutely right. Their phones need to be examined. We're waiting on Jack to come back.
Nah, I ain't gonna wait with you, Willie. But there was another person that Willie had on his program. Trial attorney Andrew Wilkerson reveals how justice in Mississippi is a facade and a mistake in the Nolan Wells case. Let me go ahead and pump that real quick.
In at least 8 or 9 murder or capital murder trials. And the governor ain't said not one thing about none of them victims. You see what I'm saying?
I think he did that because it's Mississippi and they're used to doing things how they want to do it with no outside influence, nobody prying around. Every now and then, Mississippi gets one of those cases that can't be ignored. They can't just sweep it under the rug. It comes under public scrutiny, like national scrutiny, right? And they can't get around it. And this is one of those cases. And I do believe they're making a lot of these mistakes because typically they do whatever they want to do, and nobody says anything about it. And they're panicking a little bit because even though they've gotten away with literally murder in the past, they're probably thinking to themselves, there's a slither of a chance that perhaps justice could be served. And I think they're panicking. That's why I think they're making all of these mistakes that they're making.
Look, man, and another thing that should be said about that picture too, right? You know, us as black people,
Yeah,
I'm
we
teach
can
my
get
sons
that.
this, I'm teach my daughters this. We have to worry about the optics, right? We have to worry about what things look like, even if that's not what's going on. We got to worry about looking like a certain type of person, even if that's not what's going on. You don't really have to worry about the optics when you control the narrative.
Right.
These folk controlling that narrative. You see what I'm saying? He got these boys sitting in the room together. He really ain't asking them no conflicting or contradicting questions at all. Right. It's almost like they watching a football game or something. They chilling.
He was actually leading them.
So, and they looking at each other and doing hand motions, and you know what I'm saying? So he is venturing away from everything protocol. Officer, you're an officer, right? Officers arrest co-defendants at the same time. They do that so these folks can't call each other. So these folks can't get their shit together.
Right.
So these folks can't circumvent the system, right? When they get them, they take them down to the police station. They put them in 2 separate rooms. They don't sit them in a room together.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And they really not too much asking you no questions. They telling you what you did. They telling you what they got. They telling you what it means to them. So everything it's just controlling the narrative, man. He's like a layer of protection for these boys. You see what I'm saying? He's going so far outside of protocol, you can't even respect it. This whole process you working it's no integrity in it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just continuously controlling the narrative, continuously. You know, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I like how he broke that down about what's going on. Yeah, you know what? It's a bunch of trolls up in here anyway. Let's go ahead and do a roll call real quick for Nolan Wells. If this is your first time on the channel, this is your chance to rep your city and your state or your country and where you at. Let's go. It's Nolan Wells' birthday. So we're going to do the roll call. Happy birthday, Nolan Wells. So we got Mississippi up in here. We got Kansas City up in here. Who else we got up in here? Hey, we got the Bay Area up in here. We got Maryland up in here. Got Newark, New Jersey up in here. Richmond, California up in here. Indiana, we praying for Indiana. GI, they ain't got no lights, y'all. Connecticut up in here. Gramercy, Louisiana up in here. Happy birthday, Nolan Wells from San Francisco up in here. Happy birthday, bro. Rest in peace. Happy birthday, Nolan Wells. Bama up in here. Tennessee up in here. Flint, Michigan up in here. We got Queensbridge, Philly in this thing. Marietta, Georgia. Southern Maryland. We got DC. What does that say? Rest easy, no, Eastern River, DC. Arlington, Texas. Hey. We got Houston, Texas up in here. Henry Manuel, what up? Jersey, Jersey. Come on. Hey, give it up for the family. For the family. All right, y'all. So listen, I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm emoji, fold you, and scold you about being on code, and you know I got 4 words for you, right? I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike in the algorithm, comment your vomit, share if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please, Brooklyn, New York, I see you. Happy birthday, Nolan. Please do that on the platforms that we own, Jones. And just to bring it on home, I'm coming back with some more crime tonight. So if you're late night crime crew, make sure you stop through. Other than that, love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for Shoha.